John Assaraf is the CEO of NeuroGym and one of the leading mindset and behavior experts in the world. He went from being a teen who was often getting into trouble with the law to writing 2 best-selling books, being featured in 8 movies, including the blockbuster hit The Secret, and building 5 multi-million-dollar companies. And today we're going to learn his best advice on why you must change your beliefs. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you start your day with confidence and believe in yourself. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, John Assaraf.
When I was a kid, I had a lot of my own challenges. I didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I had some big challenges, with the law and getting into trouble in school and getting into trouble outside of school. And I was really fortunate. When I was 19 years old, I met a wonderful gentleman who was very successful with his family. He was very successful giving to charities. He was very healthy. He was very gentle and kind. And he really wanted to do good in the world, not just for himself, but to make the world a better place. And he started to teach me that the reason I was getting into trouble, the reason I wasn't getting great results, was what I believed about myself. And he taught me the power of my beliefs. He taught me the power of, what I do every single day matters. He taught me the power of the intelligence in the universe, that I could utilize my brain like a radio, sends a signal out into the universe. He said, you could send a signal out using the power of your thoughts. He says, but you're also capable of receiving information, just like the great inventors, whether it was Albert Einstein, whether it was Edison, Michelangelo, any of the great inventors. They had these ideas that came to them, and they were just normal human beings, but they took advantage of the messages that they were getting in their hearts and their intuition.
Wow.
And so he taught me some of the power of the brain. And by using what I learned that I could achieve a lot more than I ever thought was possible when I was younger.
The world's biggest problem is that people don't believe in themselves enough. It's not cancer, it's not pollution, it's not the economy, it's a lack of global belief. The woman who should have solved cancer years ago is instead a manager at some accounting firm, hates her life instead of actually chasing down her dream career. You are the best in the world at something, the best. And when you actually believe that, everything in your life changes. Everything. So I recently celebrated the 1-year anniversary of Jeremy, who's a new mentee of mine, of him starting his business. And Jeremy was a grocery store clerk who showed up to my Thought Leadership Academy here in Toronto and wanted to find a way to get closer to me, and came up with, hey, if you need someone to walk your dog or wash your car or cut your lawn, I'm your guy. Like, I don't really need someone to do that, but I appreciate it. And then while I was driving on my tour last year, I thought, you know what, maybe I'll teach Jeremy YouTube and he can do some consulting. I get asked a lot to do consulting for people on their YouTube channels, and I help out my friends, but I don't want to be on somebody's channel every week. It's just not the business I want to be in. I don't want to be a consultant. And so I saw an opportunity and I thought Jeremy could be the guy to do it. And I gave him a chance. And he didn't know anything really about it. He was a learner and loved to read, but he was a grocery store clerk at the time. And I gave him some homework and said, go watch these videos and go digest everything I've talked about on YouTube. And if by the time I get back from my tour, you've done it, I'll start a business with you and coach you and mentor you and guide you, and we'll build this thing together. And it's 1 year now of having gone through and officially launched, and he's made it to 6 figures in his first year. It's crazy, right? He quit his job. He burned his grocery store apron or whatever that uniform that make you wear. And he went from earning minimum wage at a grocery store to making 6 figures inside of his first year. And that's all because, one, I believed in him to be able to do something more. And he believed in himself that this wasn't the life that he was supposed to be living. that he was capable of more, but he didn't know what that more was. And that allowed him to build a successful business. And I'm excited to see where it goes in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, because he's a really smart guy, and I'm pumped to be part of his journey. The difference, though, is the belief. A lot of people who come from the same background, who are the same age as him, who have the same job as him, they have the mindset, the belief system of, this is where I'm at. I didn't have the education. I don't have the family connections. That's fine for other people, but I'm stuck living this life. And guess what? They stay stuck living that life. Where when somebody can come in and give you a little bit more belief, and you also believe in yourself to do more, even if you don't know what that more is, just to search for something more because you feel like you're capable and that this current version of your life is not where you're going to end up. Holding on to that belief makes all the difference in the world to give you the steps that you need to go off and actually build a better life. So how do you actually do it? How do you change your beliefs? I've got a 3-step process I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, a special message from John Assaraf.
Hey, this is John Assaraf, and do you love good books? I love to read because there's so much wisdom in books. You get to take somebody else's knowledge, skills, research, pay $15-20, and you learn so much. Now, I'm reading this awesome book called Built to Serve. Find your purpose and become the leader you were born to be. And one of my new friends, really smart guy, really great guy who serves a lot of people, Carmichael, wrote it. And I'm going to read a little bit from chapter number 1. And I love this piece. And maybe it's because I just watched the series on TV on Michael Jordan, The Last Dance, which is really great, by the way, also. One of the things he says here is everybody has Michael Jordan talent at something. Everybody has a Michael Jordan talent at something. You just haven't found it yet. Or you have and you don't believe in yourself enough to go all in. To go all in, right? And you're a genius. I believe you're a genius. And so does he. You're amazing. You are not meant to live a photocopy of someone else's life. You were not created to wake up and do work that is below your capabilities. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and you need to uncover exactly what your purpose is and how you can serve and use the serve. So lots of pearls and gems and motivational pieces. Pick up Built to Serve. Carmichael, rising star.
Okay, how do we change our beliefs? How do we make it happen? How do we unleash that Michael Jordan level talent inside of us? 3 steps, let's go. Step number 1 is audit the people around you. Think about the people around you right now that you're hanging out with, that you're spending time with. Do they believe in you or not? And a good way to think about it is when you leave somebody, so if you've gone out for coffee with somebody or you're having a family dinner or something, when you leave them, do you feel like you have more energy or less? Are you just giving your energy to them or just putting your walls up and fighting because you're being bombarded and attacked? Or do you actually leave feeling more inspired, more hope, more belief? Make a list of all the people that you spend considerable amount of time with and just categorize everybody on a scale of 1 to 10. From 0 being they suck your energy, they're the energy vampires, and 10 mean I feel amazing every time I'm around them. And do that audit of those people to see who is actually lifting you up and who is tearing you down. Ultimately, our goal will be to spend less time with the people who are tearing us down, maybe even cutting some people off completely, and more time with the people who are lifting us up, finding some way to be around them more because the energy is there between you. Step number 2 is audit your own self-talk. This is super important. I like to talk to myself a lot. Maybe I'm a weird duck, but I'm definitely a weird duck. When you're by yourself, talking to yourself, what do you say? Are you reminding yourself of all the things that have gone wrong, that will go wrong, that are not going to work, that you suck? When you look at yourself in the mirror and you're talking to yourself, what do you say? I want to shift that conversation to the positive. I have the mannequin behind me because I want to feel like a superhero when I put on my outfit every morning. When I watch my own videos back, I'm always smiling and this sounds ridiculous. I'm watching my own videos back and I'm cheering myself on. It's like, oh, come on, Evan. Come on, man. You got this. Let's go. That sounds crazy, but I think that's how you get self-love, because most of the time we're just being super critical, saying, oh, you suck. Oh, you messed up that line. Oh my God, look how bad that is. Whatever made you think that you could do this? And so it's really trying to audit your self-talk when you spend time with yourself. So the first one was when you spend time with other people, how do you feel? Do you feel better or worse when you leave them? When you spend time with yourself, how do you feel? Do you feel better or worse? And trying to shift that to feel better, to compliment yourself, to find ways to feel proud of yourself, to say, I tried today, even though I didn't get the result, I put my max effort in, that I'm gonna do difficult things, that this thing was hard for me and I still did it. And again, celebrating yourself and patting yourself on the back, not needing anybody else's validation at this point because you validate yourself. And then step number 3 is injecting people in who help you believe. And those could be physical people, again, from step number 1, people who you do love, who are bringing up your energy, but maybe you got nobody like that in your life. So it could be virtual people, it could be remote people, it could be aspirational people, right? If my videos help, great. There's lots of, I make more videos every day than you probably have time to consume, right? There's lots of content that goes up every day if you like me. If you like John Assaraf, he's got a channel too. If you like Gary Vee, he's got a channel too. You like Oprah, she has tons of interviews on her as well, right? You can have those people in your life even if they have no idea who you are. They can impact you, touch you, reach you, inspire you, educate you, shift you, move you, help you believe more in yourself, even though they've never met you, because you're spending time being around them every day. Is it as good as having John Assaraf in your home, sitting down on the couch with you, helping you discuss your beliefs? No, right? I mean, I had the good fortune to be able to do that. I went to go see John in his office, and he gave me some great tips on and off camera, and I've had him on my Instagram Live a couple times as well, and it's always a privilege and a pleasure. But even if you don't have that possibility, before I met John Assaraf, I could still learn from John Assaraf through the videos, through the books, through the interviews that he's done. And so make a conscious choice. Instead of focusing on, well, I don't have anybody who inspires me like that, you have the internet. You have that opportunity to be around all of these people who inspire you, who lift you up, who make you believe in yourself every single day. And the more you're around them, the more they will shift your mindset and make you get that confidence to say, maybe I can do it too. If they did it, if they came from there and they were able to do it. John Assaraf was in trouble with the law. I think he went to jail a couple times or almost went to jail. And a mentor of his changed his life when he was 18 years old, right? And that person put him on a different path. That can happen for you as well. But that choice to say, I'm going to surround myself with people who help me believe in myself, in my Michael Jordan level talent, to be the best in the world at something, and do that consistently, change your life. Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I want to know, who is one person who you look up to, who you respect, who you're going to try to spend more time consuming their content to adopt some of their mindset? Who's that person for you? Let me know. Put it down in the comments below. And hopefully you might inspire other people as well by you sharing. They might share as well and learn to meet somebody new too. And if you made it this far in the video, you're still here watching. Believe Nation, we don't just watch videos, right? We do something about it. If that's you, if you're gonna promise right here, right now, today, commit to take action after watching this video, give me a hashtag Believe down in the comments below and tell me where you're from as well so I can celebrate you.
So there's this governor on our lives. And it is a governor, and it's your identity. It's this internal, it's what you think you're worth. It's what you think you deserve. And the problem for good people, see, we all know someone right now in our life, or we have, who's not ethical, who's not a good person, who's winning. And you're like, I can't believe they're getting it, right? Why can't I? I'm a good person. I treat people well. I'm honest. Here's the reason why. By the way, the unethical person, eventually karma, you reap what you sow, comes home to roost. But if you're a good person, this is so important people understand this, because it took me a long time. A good person in any endeavor will only take from it what they think they deserve, what they think they're worth. In other words, if there was a pizza here, you're a good person. You don't take all 12 pieces. Right. A good person thinks there should be an equitable distribution.
Yeah, I'm a little bigger, so I might take 7 or 8. You know,
and I would arm wrestle you for it.
You would beat me.
I don't know about that. You're a moose. But long story short, what is that a good person will not take more from the table of life than they think they're worth or they think they deserve. And so you have this governor on your identity. So what happens is it's like a thermostat. Our lives get going. We start doing really well. If we're a 75 degreeer and our life gets to 85 and 90 degrees, unconsciously we go, we don't know we're doing it. We start to cool life back down to get it back to where we're comfortable. The reverse is also true. When things start to go really bad and you're broke and you're struggling, you find a way to heat your life back up to what you think you're worth and you deserve. So the way we alter our life is, sure, we got to alter our behavior and our relationships and our circumstances, but the only way it's permanent is that we alter that governor, that thermostat, and we start to believe we're worth 85 degrees of life, 95 degrees of life, 110 degrees of life. And there's ways we can alter that.
How do we alter it?
A couple different ways. One is what you just said, is that you put yourself in circumstances that are demanding of you past what you think your capacity is, and when you succeed at them, you build a new water line. You do. You throw yourself out there past where you're comfortable, and you do an 85 degrees behavior, and you knock it out of the park, and you go, oh, your brain starts to believe it. Repetitiously, when you start doing that, you build a new line. Now you're 85 degrees. That's number one. The second way, though, is association. If you're around people, and whatever that endeavor is, if it's a sport you're in, or if it's a business, or your faith, or your peace, if you begin to associate with people who live in that space at a higher temperature than you, through association, you get heated up.
Yeah.
And so if you're an athlete, for example, you're a 70-degree athlete, and you start training all the time with 85 and 90 degrees, your identity through osmosis goes up. If you're a person who's trying to improve their faith in their life or their personal peace about them, you all know this. You've seen it. When you start to hang around people that are a little bit more peaceful than you or meditate a little bit more, through that association, over time, the thermostat changes in that area. And so it's both behaving in a certain way, and then your associations
Yeah,
usually change.
I believe that.
If you want to change your life in 30 days, check out this series. It's free. And if you want some inspiration from Brendan Burchard on how to change your brain, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe. I'll see you there.